16, and I do believe that is the first match of round of 16. This is going to be what I'm gonna call the emoji team versus Vivid Stasis. The entire game of Vivid Stasis, that is. Gonna be an interesting clash of lineups here as we delve into the lineup of the emoji team. The emoji team is made out of, I believe, Taiwanese players. Well, a mix of Taiwanese players and some other. I don't really have the nationalities in mind, but they are very well versed, as can be seen by their seedings. A little bit of a rocky performance on stage number 5 on Rise. Maybe not so much first in late game, but we are still in round of 16, which is considered as early game. What about the other team, you ask? The entire game of Vivid Stasis is in fact made of Japanese players like Yomogi, Yoppie Yugen, and the two other ones I'm less familiar with. But Yomogi and Yoppie Yugen, renowned MWC players, and as can be seen by their seedings, they're actually slightly better on Rise potentially. So I believe Vivid Stasis will be picking Rise, whereas the other team might be focusing on the Elze. But do remember that THMC4 has a little bit of a different dynamic in terms of map pooling. Because there are going to be 2 maps that are harder than the rest of the pool. Like, we already got 6 stars in round of 16. And yeah, those are definitely some options that one or the other team can opt for. Vivid Stasis might be opting for the late game options to kind of upset the emoji team. Like, maybe the emoji team is better on early game than late game, so that's an option. Behind the scenes, they are confirming to me that this is in fact Taiwan versus Japan. Like, I feel like THMC is like, at least for some of the teams, kind of a rendition of MWC in some aspects, and some teams definitely made their teams within their own country. Some other teams kind of mixed some countries together. It is up to the preference of each and every country, especially in regards to linguistic preferences. I feel like, for example, like the Taiwanese and Japanese teams do fit those categories of people who might prefer making teams amongst one another and speak their own language. In any case, the roles have been done, and the Japanese are going to win this. The roles pretty close, all things considered. 71 versus 57. And the Japanese team, Vivid Stasis, is in fact going to Bannerland number 3. And I believe that was my assessment before. Vivid Stasis, an especially Rise-oriented team. So going to opt against Telan and going to focus on the Rise. Remains to be seen whether they are going to opt for the RCX pick. Well, in fact, we completely forgot about the protects, but we are going to see a Rise number 5 protect. It is kind of funny coming from the Japanese team to see a made in China protect. So Japan is going to protect China, and Taiwan is going to protect Apple. I do believe that some parts of Apple phones are made in Taiwan. I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe that's the case. In any case, the first ban is actually going to be going to the Taiwanese team. Taiwanese team going to ban the RCX pick. So not going to be an option for Vivid Stasis. Maybe Vivid Stasis should have protected the RCX, because I do think that would have been an interesting option, seeing as the Taiwanese team might be shaky on late game. But in fact, the Taiwanese team did in fact protect LN number 3 that the Japanese team did attempt to ban before, so they are falling back to an LN1 ban. Welcome, Silhoueska, to the commentator booth.
Hello there. You know,
we're just going into the bans. We did not miss any pick.
that's cool. I'm looking at the charts here right now. Kind of funny because I'll be playing tomorrow, I believe, on this tournament. So I'm really excited to see how these two teams perform. Just judging off the seeding, yeah, I can already tell these are two top seeds, obviously. And I was about to say winners bracket, and then I realized there's literally a text at the top that says winner bracket. I was about to talk about how this is definitely a winners bracket. Still, I saw that text at the top.
Yeah, very nice. And it is in fact a winners bracket match, and the seedings, I do think like from the seedings this is going to be an interesting match, and I did see like the qualifiers seedings, and they are pretty close on the rest department, so definitely going to be a knack battle, especially since the RCX pick is gone. LN, it's going to be a little less ambiguous.
Well then. Okay, so it looks like how do I even pronounce this? What do I even say? 1217 God. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I've been calling them the emoji team.
The emoji team? Fair enough.
Yeah, like the Emoji Movie, you know.
My goodness. Don't remind me of that movie, okay?
Yeah, like it's the Emoji Movie versus the entire game.
You know, just a fun fact for all of the viewers here. As a guilty pleasure, I have that movie, the Emoji Movie. My goodness, like I will never understand how that movie even got released. But anyways, it's quite interesting because wait. So just to make sure, it's Vivid Stasis which chose Rise 3, correct?
Yeah, and I do believe that them picking the Chord Jack pick is definitely representative of it's very Japan core, so to speak. Just to catch you on, Vivid Stasis is entirely made of Japanese players, and the Emoji team is entirely made of Taiwanese players.
Wow. Well, that's quite the interesting. That's quite the interesting dynamic, but that kind of means their chemistry would be better, I guess. Just because when you're from the same country, you will be able to speak language.
Yeah, I was talking about the language
like going over
dynamics
there.
before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you cut out because of internet, probably.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I was mentioning the language dynamics before you came. And quite an uncommon thing is that they called for a timeout before the match even started.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I'm so sorry about that. My internet was dying for like a bit, but it should be good now.
Welcome back. And welcome back to to the Taiwanese team.
Looks like they had their. Looks like they're done with their timeout. Like let's look at I'm looking at the roster for both teams. I think it's gonna be Veloce versus and maybe Shice, just because I know those two perform very well on Rice. That's a good stasis. Probably I would expect Yomogi and Fuyonil. Actually, Yomogi or actually MSN also kind of makes sense. But instead we're gonna be seeing Kestri. All right, this would have kind of surprised me a little, but that's just not really being aware of these players. But yeah, I did get Fuyonil right at least.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising to me that Yomogi is not even going to play this, because I know Yomogi has some really good accuracy, but again, I think like the Japanese players are literally trained to get good accuracy in general. Like, it is an accuracy plus SV country as a whole.
Yeah, that's what Japan's good at. They're very very adept to being able to act Rise. So I'm not surprised that they're going for this path. Though you just have to be aware that I'm sure the emoji team can also match that. Like I know Veloce is very good at accuracy in general.
Yeah, I think every single 200 is going to matter here, if there's even going to be any.
Mm-hmm. So we're just gonna continue. Seems like Veloci had a few 300s to start, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's only going to be a problem once we approach the latter half of this chart. So you did talk about this being a core jack pick. I can totally understand why Vivid Stasis would go for that. It's a sensible pick, but a part of it feels like this should have been picked much later into the match, just because of how many intangibles there are, like fatigue and all that. And you're kind of going to be facing the opponent team without that fatigue factor. And I don't know if Vivid Stasis would want that, especially considering that this is the time where no one's exactly tired yet. And you want to make sure that you have a sort of advantage here and there.
Yeah, I do hope like this is a client miss. I hope this is a client miss.
I mean, it has to be. That's a massive drop.
Okay, we're back. Okay, so 99.97 and 96 versus 919, almost 98, but not quite. And if you add both of them together, it's actually going to be pretty close between the two. 7 plus 6 is 13, and 2 plus 8 is just 10, so the Japanese team is just winning by the slightest of margin.
Yeah, it's quite a small margin, but any margin will be massive. But if you were to calculate everyone, it's actually tied. This accuracy is tied if you were to calculate it from everyone in total. But I think MSM increasing their accuracy by a little bit actually gives a slight edge to Japan. The only problem though is Veloci did the same. I don't know, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you do not want to pick something like this when the opponent team isn't exactly tired yet, because it's just a big gamble in general. And like lesser chances of misses. Of course, we're disregarding the nerves factor here, because I know over time some people tend to get less nervous. So this is just a gamble that I'm not sure if it was worth taking in general.
Yeah, right now the Taiwanese team is winning by the slightest of margin, and I do feel like the Japanese team is able to catch up, but it's gonna be very close in any case. Okay, they're tied.
Okay, wait, who's gonna win? Oh, are we gonna be seeing a tie? Oh,
And it's
what?
5 points!
Five
Just
points!
5!
1-200! Oh my goodness! So that's what happened in the start. So Veloci, I think, dropped the 200 at the very start, and that almost costed him the point. But that wasn't enough. 1-300 could have made the difference. Wow, Veloci switched the tab settings and still somehow secured that point. Wow.
That is insane. And I think the Japanese team should be afraid right now because the
They should be.
ratio dynamic is not in their advantage.
They should be. I don't know if this is fair, but I have a feeling um like the way I see this is emoji team has a higher chance of taking a break point than vivid stasis does, and we already saw that happen here. Despite being the closest of margins, I still think that's very true.
Yeah, we're going to see how it's going on the LN picks, especially since this is the LNX pick. So,
So this is the LNX pick. It kind of makes sense because look at the name, Re-Unknown X.
it literally has X in the name.
Isn't
But
that
yeah, I think this pick is gonna be less close than the other one. But yeah, as you say, the Taiwanese team definitely has more chances to break the points, and they do break a first point against Vivid States by 5 points, just 5 points.
I mean, it's still a close. Don't get me wrong. I still think Vivid Stasis has a pretty well-rounded team. I mean, they are seed number 11 for a reason. Fuyu Neil and Yoppie Yugen should definitely be enough to match Veloce and Saise. But a part of me is kind of worried at the ceiling of accuracy. I know their consistency is there, but is that accuracy ceiling really?
And
And
let's go into this 6.30 star rating pick.
wow, 6.30 star rating in round of 16.
Yep, that's the next pick.
Yeah, someone clearly didn't play the map pool for the match tomorrow. Sorry, okay. But for a more serious note, looks like Vivid Stasis is actually having the advantage. So that can tell me something. When it comes to very diverse Ellen patterning, maybe Emoji Team has to reconsider because Shice drops a little bit, but Fuyanil trades it back. Only difference though is Fuyanil's drop is a bit more clean, just because I'm looking at how they're playing. Seems like Fuyanil is a bit early. Shice is actually just in the middle, but still. Wait, why is the difference still decreasing? I think both Fuyanil and Yoppie are dropping their accuracy ever so
Yeah,
slightly.
I think Shisa is actually gaining some accuracy, but dropping some combo, dropping a combo here, and Veloz is going to join them in the combo break. No full combos left on the Taiwanese team. So Vivid Stays is actually upsetting the Taiwanese team on LNs, which is really
That's
surprising to see.
Yeah, that is surprising, and not to mention that miss from Veloce was massive. Like that went from like a 2,000 point difference to, and it shot up to 18,000 points. It's actually very big. That just indicates some instability happened in one of these parts. And Vivid Stasis' consistency is carrying them a lot, especially in the. Not to mention that accuracy as well. Like Veloce is already lower than Yoppie Yugen, and that's a very bad sign because they seem to be very consistent and just not stopping at all.
Yeah, I think the accuracy disadvantage do come from the miss, especially. I think that Veloz, in theory, should have a better accuracy on the other picks, but it's just that this one was a little bit too hard for the Taiwanese team, and the Japanese team seems to be more proficient on late game picks.
What's kind of sad is like every time the lead difference has a chance to go lower, it does not help. Just because the emoji team cannot capitalize on those mistakes. And just like that, Vivid Stasis actually takes a break point, which I think is a very surprising one. I mean, look at the ratios alone. The ratios really clearly went to emoji team, and honestly, even the 200 count. But the misses, 50s and 100s were way too much.
Yeah, that goes to show that the LNX pick does not go to the advantage of the LN teams necessarily. Which is why I think this map pool structure is really interesting to put on the table, especially between those teams.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to go with that. Seems like, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, again, accuracy wise, emoji team won that, but yeah, just that consistency seems to not really work.
I think they should be better on the other Olympics, and I do think also Vivid Stasis should be better on the other rice picks. So I think they just kind of shot the most risky picks out of the way. Like both teams just put the most risky pick that they had just on the table right from the get-go, just to get it out of the way. And right now they're just gonna be stabilizing for the rest of the match.
Well, I hope they will indeed be stabilizing, because there's only two other Olympics and two pirate picks remaining. I think Vivid Stasis will choose another rice pick, probably Rice 2. Like, I think it's Rice 2 or Rice 4.
The decision remains to be taken by Vivid Stasis.
Okay, so it's gonna be Rice 1. So totally none of the rice picks that I thought would be the pick.
Okay, so it's just gonna be 191 BPM. I think this is jump stream. Not sure.
It's either
Might
jump
be
stream or speed. I think it's speed, yeah.
It might be speed. Yeah, it might be speed.
Could be.
Yeah, it's actually speed. Like the jump stream is 220 BPM. I remember because I commentated Showcase with like 15 minutes advance notice.
Wow. That must have been a great experience still.
No, actually, I think it was even worse. Like, I was on lunch break and I saw Rush was all alone in the streaming booth, just streaming the showcase, and I was like, oh no. um, I have some time before my work meeting, so I'm just gonna go and um, cast my voice there.
That must have been still a fun experience, but hey, what happened to Caspi here?
Yes, Ray. No. Oh, we've gotten the board actually. Guess we.
Seems like something happened.
Yeah, seems kind of a false start coming from Kesri, but we do get a second attempt. Pick number 2, we did not see anything from the first one.
Well, we could take a look. Is it finally gonna be okay now? Seems like everyone is in the lobby.
Yeah, Fuyuniel actually opting for mirror for one word, or one reason or the other. Maybe a pattern somewhere that is kind of mind blockable or kind of hand biased.
Alright, so I remember when you mentioned about how it seems like the ratio advantage isn't entirely on Vivid Stasis' side, and it's actually kind of evident right now because the second lowest, the second highest, sorry, the highest acting Vivid Stasis isn't as high as the second highest on Emoji Team, and that's actually kind of concerning to me.
Yeah, in the end, I feel it's going to be a pretty close pick between the two teams. But I do think the Taiwanese team, like despite the roster change, we've got Yomogi on the scene right now. Um, I do that like despite the roster change, um, Taiwan definitely has a little bit more potential in terms of accuracy.
Fair enough, but hey, there's still a bit of time, and these patterns are pretty uncomfortable to play, if especially if you're not prepared. But like everyone's just nailing them. It's actually crazy to think about how good these players are nowadays.
Yeah, like in terms of MWC comparison, I think this is I think like this is close to actual Rana 16 MWC. Maybe a little bit harder. I'm not entirely sure.
Still really crazy if you think about it. Like just seeing how everyone's performing right now is really crazy. And time is running out. As they say that Fuyu Neil finds a drop, but it's a valid one. Like this is a very awkward section, especially with those anchors. Kesri trades it
Great.
back. Okay, but I think it actually favors Emoji Team a little because of the accuracy difference.
Yeah, like that. Those were some really clean misses. It would be another story if those misses weren't clean, like from one side or the other. Yomogi, please, what? Oh, that was a client.
Okay, I got nervous there, but it wasn't enough. It's only been breakpoints right now, so that's actually so interesting. But like the breakpoint that Vivid Stasis got was more convincing than the breakpoint the Emoji Team got. So that's also something to consider.
Really good accuracy coming from Kesri. It's a little bit of a shame for the ending choke, but still a really clean score. 991k despite the miss is really good.
I mean, at this point, the only important thing is they're able to secure that win. So I don't think it should be a problem that the miss happened.
They're actually going to opt for hybrid this time, and I don't really enjoy this strategy. I feel like they're going. I feel like they're risking it too much. I feel like the other Ellen picks should be safer than this one.
And I definitely can agree with that. I mean, like I don't know. A part of me is also a bit worried that Veloce hasn't been playing, and Veloce has consistently been their highest scorer. So I don't know. I don't know what the Emoji team is thinking with this pick right now.
Yeah, dollar remains to be seen with the results of this hybrid. It's going to be the first hybrid that it's going to be played in this match, so maybe a little bit of a different dynamic is going to take place here. But considering the physical aspects of the LNX pick, went to the disadvantage of the Taiwanese team. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not entirely too sure about this choice as well. Part of me feels like what you said. I think they are indeed risking this a bit too much.
So we've got the entrance of Yapyugin and Shisei, or Shice, or are there any other ways to pronounce this name? Like, I know like Shisei, Shice, or Shicey, I guess.
I have no idea what else. How else could you even pronounce this name?
Or you can go the Polish way and do shitse.
I had no idea that was possible. Maybe Shike. Yeah, you know it's Shike. How about Shike?
Sheik, like in Zelda.
Yeah, I like Zelda or Sheik. Okay, so I mean, the fact that there's so many mini jacks here, man, why are these players just able to act stuff like this nowadays? Like this is unfair. Like I just wanna give this moment just to say, why are these players just able to act uncomfortable picks like this nowadays? That's actually really crazy to see. Like we're seeing 99.8s, 99.9s across the board here, despite all the mini jacks and all the other LN patterning. That's really crazy to think.
Yeah, none of the players are faced by the 176 BPM mini jacks here and there. They're actually sharp shooting this. She's actually going to lose a little bit of accuracy, kind of evening the play field here, as Vivid Stasis enjoys an average of 99.86, just about. YuEast dropping a little bit of accuracy, rounding down that accuracy to 99.85. But however, Kesri with a combo drop, which is going to give a huge lead to the Japanese team.
Yeah, it seems like this risk isn't paying off. And if this keeps up, this will be another break point for this entire match. Even with all the mini jacks here, it just doesn't affect anyone. Like, is this chart not hard enough for everyone? Like, the fact that we're still seeing 99.8s from everyone here? Yeah, it doesn't look... Oh! That's an act drop from YuEast, but doesn't look like it's gonna matter too much as they take a breakpoint. This match has just all been breakpoints. What is that accuracy from Kesri? Hello? 129? And Fuyunil as well. Man, what are these players doing? Just how? V1 double S from Shise, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, really nice score coming from Shise, and also Fuyunil with 995. Despite the 200s, it's a really good accuracy. The pick was pretty short, 2 minutes and 3 seconds, and I do believe that if the pick was a tiny bit more, tiny bit longer, I think the Japanese team might have faltered in the end to give it back to the Taiwanese team. The emoji team definitely enjoys a little bit of an accuracy advantage compared to the other team, but it has been a common pattern coming from Kesri to get really good accuracy but one miss. And this time, it has cost them the point.
Yeah, that seems to have been the problem. But now, what does Vivid Stasis go for? I think it's gonna be another Rise. I just know it.
Rise number 5 is going to be the pick, and that is going to be that was the protect coming from the Japanese team. I do think it's really funny coming from the Japanese team to protect China. Japan protects China for once.
That's true, though. That's true.
This map was also made in China since Blue Potion is Chinese and YuEast as well. And going into this more technical pick, I'm not entirely sure how this pick is gonna go because the Rise has been really close between the two teams. There's really no telling what's gonna happen. Kesri has been combo breaking in all of their picks so far. We do hope that they are able to recover here, maybe get a full combo to finally get something that is not a breakpoint.
Alright. Can we see an actual point that's not a break point? Because honestly, these two teams are adept to both skill sets, it seems like. I mean, both Ellen and Rice. Just an absolute balance between these two players.
Yeah, going out of this intro, we are reminded of the Taiwanese team's accuracy advantage. So if all goes without a hit, the Taiwanese team might enjoy the accuracy advantage on a all lobby full combo situation. However, combo breaks are still possible.
Definitely. I mean, it's a very technical pick. You did? Oh, come on. Well, definitely indeed, right? Was that the miss we were looking for?
I cannot say this was the one I was looking for, but it will. No, it's not. It's gonna give us another breakpoint. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but with all the mini jacks, so everybody just hits the mini jacks, but somehow the one miss is on the break section. Okay, I got it. Like, these players are so consistent. I'm sure that was a keyboard problem, or probably some accident that happened. And those mistakes happen. Unfortunately, it is the case. And right now, the silver lining is that there's so many patterns like this throughout this entire chart that regardless if that mistake happened, it's still not over just yet because the accuracy from Fuyunil is still very strong. But why is like everyone in this lobby at a 99.9? I mean, Fuyunil without the miss would have been in the 99.9 range. I'm very sure about that. Oh,
Yes, Ray, no!
I think that's gonna
Yes.
give it to Vivid Stasis! Wait, is there enough
Is
time?
there enough time? Is there enough time?
There is. Wait! Oh!
Yo!
Yes! Just like that!
485 points. That's not a lot. And
56! What?
look at those accuracy. Look at the 3 misses from Kesri. Kesri, I swear to God, please stop combo breaking.
I don't understand what's going on here. If that was like 2 misses only, that would have been emoji team's win.
If that was a cleaner miss, then yeah, I feel
But,
like
I mean, you can't even be cleaner than that. I mean, I don't know why there were 3 misses in the first place. I don't think it was a matter of if it was clean or not, because if it wasn't a clean miss, that would have been 250s and all that.
So maybe it was a lag spike. Maybe Kesri is having some lag spikes. Like, have it been having some lag spikes in all of the picks so far? That is really unlucky. But yeah, that is going to be the first non-break point going to Vivid Stasis. Looking to upset the Taiwanese team in terms of seeding.
Alright, so at this point, I don't even know what to feel about this pick because both teams are very good and balanced.
Yeah, this LN pick is going to be easier than the LNX pick, so it's going to reveal a dynamic that we haven't seen so far, and the LN density. I feel like all of the players, all of the teams here are really good and on point in terms of LN density. So I'm not really sure how to predict this.
Alright, so it's going to be... I don't know. I don't even know what to feel about this chart, like this match. Like, this match has been all sorts of unpredictable in many ways. So this being Ellen, so I will assume it's an Ellen density pick, and I think there goes my answer. It is indeed Ellen density. But you know,
Yeah,
part of
plus,
me feels Vivid Stasis can do this as well. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, just at 180 BPM does require a fair amount of coordination to get good accuracy on it.
Pretty much. It looks like emoji team isn't too far off. In terms of accuracy, so
yeah, especially with those, going to drop a little bit of accuracy to even out the feeling between the two teams. Ooh, Fuyu doing some dangerous things, dropping a little bit of accuracy, not too much, however, so still going to be tailing the Japanese, the Taiwanese team for now.
fair enough. But with all of these, like we've seen many instances where a player has missed, and that kind of gave it away to either side. We've seen that happen on both sides. But right now, this accuracy is nothing. Like, even if Fuyu has only 9.7, this is still nothing. Because like what I said, we've seen mistakes being dropped from both sides, and that like is what decided this entire match.
Yeah, it's just a limits of margin between the two teams. It all hinges on Fuyu managing to catch back up to 99.8, but it's not going to be the case. As Yuppie again drops below that 99.80, unfortunately catches back up, but not for too long.
This will not be enough. But hey, both teams are ultra consistent right now. Oh my goodness. I'm actually nervous because the moment I see something like that, someone's gonna end up dropping. But thankfully, seems like these two teams haven't really caught wind. But instead, Vivid Stasis is finding an act drop. And I think that kind of decides it, actually. That's gonna give it to the emoji team. I hope
this happens, that is.
yeah, it's safely to the emoji team. And just like that, now we saw two picks of their own and they win it back to back. Where do we go from here then? I think Vivid Stasis will obviously choose the last Rice pick.
Yeah, we just got two non-break points in a row. This match's dynamic has completely changed. We don't really know where to go from here. Like, we can see the Japanese team is definitely a bit more shaky in terms of 200 count. In terms of ratio, kind of similar on Ellen density, but the remaining Ellen pick is not Ellen density.
Fair enough. Now, what I want to see is... Okay, so it's either Rice... Was Rice 2 or Rice 4? I don't think it's right. I don't think they should pick Rice 2. I think they should pick Rice 4. Just from how this match has went, I think Rice 4 is the better option.
Yeah, Rice 2 is very dangerous. Rice 4 it is going to be for the last Japanese pick.
Yeah, I think this is the sensical. Okay. Can we have? Wait, what's happening with the client? We're seeing a 1v1.
Well, we still have the apple somewhere.
What is this?
Why is Yuppie get stuck on the apple?
Wait, huh?
Get the apple away. We are Android team apparently.
I know this is a TOUHOU tournament, but this is not the time for bad apple.
What's going on? We're playing Rise right now, not Elze. What are you doing, YuEast?
Wait, isn't it Princess Lily an Ellen pick? I'm confused. What's happening?
The pick is supposed to be Rise number 4, which is very much technical. So I don't really know what's going on. We are trying to figure it out by repeatedly clicking the panic button behind the scenes.
So 2 players have played it. YuEast is still on another apple. I don't know what's going on, guys.
It's the Apple invasion. We do not know what is going on with YuEast's client, and I've never seen this before as a streamer.
Oh.
So we're just going to restart the client to try and solve this. But I've never seen this before, like being stuck on another map like this.
Okay. What is this? What is happening?
Yeah, we're just restarting the client. We're just trying to get our standings
Okay,
back.
finally! Finally!
It all reveals a very close battlefield between the two teams. Even margin below, a little bit below the rest of the lobby, dropping some crucial accuracy here.
Oh my goodness. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Endless Night, but I'm pretty sure it's the same artist. However, should it even... Okay, no, that wasn't the drop. That was just fun. So, luckily, nothing too bad happened. That part is very total. I just saw that. But luckily, everyone was able to hit it. I'm pretty sure this is Blue Team's picture, not Red Team. This picture is... Yeah, it is Team Blue's pick, so don't believe the color of the border of this song.
It's going to be an interesting final result to come to, especially since Vivid Stasis has been a lot more consistent as the match went through. So, double 99.94. Very unified performance so far.
Right, so now we're at the final stretch. Seems like Vivid Stasis is able to secure this point. But that was a really difficult point to secure.
Not a break point.
Not a break point, indeed. This is not a break point, indeed.
Yeah, the beginning of the match was like really odd to see. It's like I think I don't really know the logic behind the two teams, but I think they wanted to get the risky picks out of the way, and the risky picks did not pay off for one or the other team at the beginning of the match. But here, they found the proper dynamic that they should be looking for. Vivid Stasis does not have 5 points, by the way. It just has 4 points.
Alright. So, it's going to be Hybrid 1. Okay, I'm nervous.
For the final. Yeah, Hybrid 1 for the final.
This is
non-tiebreaker.
Also, okay. As Paturages said, this is 4-3. Not... Alright, rather 3-4. Not 3-5 right now.
I think you could just right-click on the point counter of Vivid Stasis.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, you also know how to stream. We're all streamers in here.
Yeah, exactly. I just realized that.
Yeah, you also know how to perform all of the roles, including Like you've been a tournament host before. Like tournament hosts usually know how to do every single role.
I mean, the only role I am not adept to is cheating statistics. That's it, really.
Oh yeah.
But on a more serious note, here we go. I'm scared, okay? I'm very scared. Because we've seen both teams choke one way or another. And right now, while I think Team Emoji has a slight advantage just from the accuracy alone, but I wouldn't be so sure to call this an advantage just yet.
Yeah, honestly, it depends on the combo dynamic of the two teams. Shisei and Velo is definitely a pretty consistent lineup. As for you, Neil, drop some combo here. Definitely going to go towards a tiebreaker situation.
I think so. It's probably leaning towards a tiebreaker. I don't know. I'm starting to get nervous. Because, man, there's so many patterns here that will make you uncomfortable, especially if you're not careful.
What happened here? Okay, it was a slight hiccup from the client. Nothing to worry about in terms of the players being on the playfield right now. David Stasis still at a disadvantage because of the combo break and the accuracy disadvantage, or rather Veloce's really good performance on this hybrid. At this Taiwanese team is just really good on the hybrids.
What's happening though? Like, what's going on? Wait, on the last second too, really?
Yeah, they're just edging those results here. But I do think this is going to be a tiebreaker situation between the two teams. As we marvel onto the 996.99669. Very nice score coming from Veloce.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah, what else is there to say, really? This has been a really interesting dynamic between the two teams. We got like 4 breakpoints in a row at the start, and then kind of a Rise versus Ellen battle, sort of, but not entirely. Like coming with this map pool, this has been a really unique match to watch.
Indeed. Now, how long is the tiebreaker? Also, no, this is not a winner.
No, 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 no!
Can we just right click the? Can we just please right click?
Okay,
There
okay,
we go.
go, wait,
There we go.
wait, okay.
No, we're not playing it yet. What's going on?
They're going to have a timeout. Wait, is the timeout going to be okay for the next match? We do have to cater to another tournament in like 8 minutes or so.
Alright. Let's just see what's gonna happen. This is a 5-minute long chart. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to calculate our way through this match and potentially do the outro like really quick and then transition to the other match.
I mean, I have to go right after this.
Yeah, the staffing grind never stops.
Alright, let's just see. I didn't even know timeouts were possible here. At, like, tiebreakers.
Yeah, they usually are. I think they usually are used before right before tiebreaker because it is the point where it matters the most, and also potentially to side treat some of the parts of of the tiebreaker for some teams, some very daring teams.
By the way, I know this will make you sad, but I want to say this. I'm gonna have a snack right after commentary. You know what it is? It's gonna be a Yum Burger.
Oh my god. Oh, so I have not had lunch yet, and I do not know when I'm going to be able to have lunch. I'm probably going to have like one huge meal, like one huge dinner at the end of the day.
Well, here's the thing though. When I said Yum Burger, it wasn't because it's lunch. It's just lunch. It's because it's from Jollibee.
Oh, I know, bro.
Wait, how do you know that's from Jollibee? What?
I've been to Jollibee once in the US. I've had spaghetti there, like spaghetti and then one like tender. I think I remember what there was on the menu, like, but I could guess. I could pretty much guess what you were going for. But I want to go back to Jollibee. I've only been there once in my life. And it was very enjoyable.
Alright, so it seems like tiebreaker has yet to happen. I unfortunately will have to take my leave for now. So sorry for that. Oh, looks like Fubuki. Is this Fubuki? Oh, I think that's a streamer. My bad, my bad. Well,
yeah, we're just
I think I'll be taking my
pretty
leave
much.
for now. Thanks so much for
just,
having me in
have
the
fun,
commentary. And have fun on your end because I'm really excited to see this cool match. Alright,
yeah,
thanks so much for having me. And
have
see you
fun
later.
vlogging.
Thank you.
Anyways, going back to this tiebreaker. It is going to be the emoji team, well, what I like to call the emoji team, versus the entire game of Vivid Stasis. The emoji movie versus the game of Vivid Stasis. Who is going to win this match? Who is going to win this tiebreaker? It all remains to be seen in this hyper banquet. Yeah, Funeal has just been playing all of the picks with Mirror. It's just a little bit of a funny gimmick. Yamagi was just a client bug. Nothing to worry about for now. What is to be worried about, however, is Yamagi's initial accuracy, which is a little bit lower than the rest of the lobby. However, Kestri's huge combo drop here is going to even out the playfield, going from 99.60 to 99.50. So that's definitely below Yamagi, who is actually catching up in terms of accuracy, and gives the advantage to the Japanese team. However, Velos's performance right now is definitely one notch above the rest of the lobby, and that definitely gives a decent chance to the Taiwanese team to catch up. If anything, like, it's easier for Kestri to catch up in terms of accuracy than it is for the Japanese team to maintain this level of play. And I think like it's starting to even out as Kestri is catching up in terms of accuracy, but I feel like History is catching up accuracy at the same rate as Yomogi, which does not change a lot in the grand scheme of things. Less and Fuyunil, however, just kind of matching one another in terms of progress. Velos doing a little bit better in terms of building their accuracy back up to 99.9. Going into this jazzy break and very release-heavy section, we do start to see some accuracies fluctuate and veer towards a downwards trend as Velos definitely drops towards 99.85. Fuyunil catches back up to 99.81. And the balance is still on the Taiwanese side, the Japanese side, sorry, as Japan still has a combo advantage because of Kesri's miss, but the longer we go into the map, the more the accuracy advantage from Taiwan is going to matter, because the more nodes there are in the map, the more accuracy biased the final score is going to be. And unfortunately, Velos going to drop the combo and give the advantage back to Vivid Stasis. That is very unfortunate, as Japan is just too strong in terms of combo right now. Like, they are going to reach, they are probably going to reach like the 5,000 combo mark. Like, both of the players are going to. Whereas the Taiwanese team, like the emoji team, does not have any full combos left, so 3,000 points might not seem a lot here, especially since the accuracy advantage is still on the emoji team side. But 2 combo breaks versus none on the other side is definitely spells doom right now for the team, the 6-seeded team against the 11-seeded team. We're looking at an upset right now, like a seed upset, and I do want to commend Vivid Stasis for being, I feel like, the most late game oriented team. So I do believe that coming out of a tiebreaker, the more late game oriented team is going to come out alive, especially if they're able to hold that much combo on such a long map. That was a client bug, I believe. We should look at the final results instead. Do we have them? Do we have the final results? Do we have an MP link somewhere? But I do believe that Vivid Stasis is going to take it. We should get confirmation from the referee, or anyone, really. But GG to all of the teams. 991k from Velos, despite the 2 misses, like a really, really solid score. Like, look at that ratio. In terms of accuracy, like, the Taiwanese team is definitely really, really, really up there. And I don't even know if that's the correct winner. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the end result is. Looking at the match feed in the Discord, we can see that Vivid Stasis has in fact won this match. I'm going to go over the scores once again. Yomogi with a 990k. Both of the Japanese players, Yomogi and Fuyunil, did in fact full combo the entire map, just had some connection issues in the end. Maybe our streamer actually had some connection issues in the end, but 992K, 992K versus 991 in 985. The win definitely goes to Philip Stasis. But without further ado, we do have another match to go into. After a little bit of a break to switch the streamers, we'll catch you after this break.